July 14th, on top of the Chairman Television Station, Nwokobia TV channel 98 on top of Go TV cable, Star Times channel 195, My TV channel 17, and just in case television far from you, log on to Facebook, www.facebook.com/Nwokobia Max. We could discuss all the action to the way they come and smoke inside Nigeria political boxing ring. On Friday, the matter is sweet because we call them Jollof, based on say all the action to do from Monday go reach Thursday, we go carry everything together, discuss the matter, come top them up with small chops. What be small chops? Small chops now current affairs where they carry first inside Nigeria political boxing ring. We go discuss all this matter finish, give you license to chook mouth inside and talk am, so that those when they represent us go respect the principle of Vox Populi, Vox Deo, that is the voice of the people, now the voice of God, and do the right thing to move our country forward. My name na Ezugo Chokwode. I need to balance well. This na Ask Edey Hall.
Yes, good morning, our wonderful viewers. Welcome to the second edition of your program, our program. In fact, collectively, now everybody program. Ask Edey Hall, that program where they launching out with issues where they happen for Bodo Nigeria. Today on, we now take to them now, normal regular tradition. We go launching every informate, everything we we'll talk about. From Monday reach yesterday will be Thursday, so that at least for our viewers we're waiting, we miss out for any of these days. Now we also feel contribute in our own quarter because we always talk and say Nigeria no be anybody the property, nobody get them. Now collective will to ensure say we get them right, and nobody can define our own fate for us. Now our hand as well to do it to define our fate. I'll also get under Ogbonge guys who also join me for this same matter because now the campus where at least a lot of us go and pay to see because when it comes to truth, when it comes to reality, when it comes to as things be, now so in the take talk at least you go join us on the program, also put your own views. And me also be in mind say we get 3 solid telephone line for now, 1 to 3 line. Tough line, we say I go call, I go express myself. But when that time to pay reach, when I leave for us. My name never change, my name remains Nwokobia, and this is Ask Edey Hall.
As Nwokobia don't let the cat out of the bag, we go introduce our Ogbonge visitor. Come they take the days one after the other because it's not go good to just let all the topic they roll for ground like flood. Come allow and come they pick one by one. We go take them so that surgically, like operation, we go dissect them. That is cut them open, make everybody understand the way the story they go. And our Ogbonge visitor na person when we say any issue when they affect Nigerians, in they carry the matter for it like person when they sell plantain chips inside traffic. Because of saying not believe, say, not be only just to just sit down, they wait. You need to go out and tell the Nigerian people, say, now like this be the way to go. Now like this be the right way. So that all of us, using examples, go they move, go forward. And you talk of no other person than Prof. Nwokobia CC, a.k.a. Mustafa. Welcome to Ask Edey Hall.
My pleasure. I salute you now.
Prof,
I salute you.
Prof, we no waste time, we'll just go straight into our discussion so that Nigerians go understand where anything they go. On Monday, we carry 5 interesting stories come. And the first one get to do with the flood will happen not just for Lagos, it also happened for Ibadan, it also happened for Suleja, for Niger State. And we call them flood like the days of Noah. We can ask one very, very important question. Say, most times it be like, say, when this issue happen, now blame game we go they play. Oh, the people they throw their tea inside gutter, now it make the thing they happen. Oh, government build road, they don't put better drainage and the rest of them. But if we they listen well, it get voice when they come from outside and they talk say climate change, climate change, climate change. What if be the plan so we don't put in place to use the ensure say we find permanent solution to these problems when we say they face us. Now the first one we'll discuss. The second one get to do with the headline for Saturday Sun. Evans vanish. The thing cause plenty panic because some people don't even wait to read the content of the story. They just begin to talk say, hey, another abracadabra inside of Bodo Nigeria. Today we go discuss why he be say somehow. It be like say we need to enter inside the meat when they inside the story so that we no go just they follow with wetin the headline be, make it the cause confusion. From now on, we enter the result of the Osun by-election. And it didn't put fear for people's mind because it be like say PDP don't they used to losing. But this time around, we use strong English word. They trounced the APC 9-1, 9 local governments to 1, and Senator Ademola Adeleke don't they represent Osun West people on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. We can't join 2 stories together when we get to do with the Nigerian army. And the army come out, come talk, say about 680 JTF people, now don't buy since 2014 when they fight Boko Haram Jaguda people. We can't check the number, say 680. Indeed, no alternative to peace. if we get 680 people when we say there be children of papa and mama, there be maybe husband, there be wife, there be brothers and sisters or uncle to some people, and now they are no more. Waiting exactly with the fight for? Why not ensure say we get peace so that everybody go happy? And the final one get to do with the 53 repentant Boko Haram members when police when our soldier people talk say then they de-radicalize. We can't talk say which kind of eye they go put for these people, make it not be like saying a format. This are the 5 stories we will discuss on Monday. We go just discuss this one before we enter Tuesday so that the talk go the flow. This one about flood. The latest story now say the federal government don't release to 16 states money when we say the thing reach like 1.6 billion. Say okay, ecological fund, make them try use them, see how they will take do them. Now the question when they ask now say, shall not be say some people as this flood they happen in a business to them because after the thing happen, government go release money so that they go do, and maybe the next day, God forbid, if it happen again. How we go take free ensure say once and for all we find permanent solutions to this problem? Now the people, now the government, what we go do exactly to use ensure say we dey safe inside this our society?
No, I think, like I talked for the other program, I believe say we'll get to the look at how our structure they run. Always, like you noted, we too they blame each other. Anytime when something bad happen, anytime when we get one big, we will blame each other. But you find out, say, across the country, you get town planning laws, you get local engagement laws, you get housing laws, you get plans when government they fail to implement, you get plans when those when they build houses they fail to implement, and then even the people themselves, the thief will they throw everywhere. So we are all guilty. But I believe say, the way to solve our problem as a nation is to encourage, devolve power and encourage development from the local governments. You see, if the local government take charge of certain normatives, certain issues for their local government, you go find out, say, planning laws, people go to obey. Then you go find out, say, you know, we used to have agencies when we call Hiko and all those things, environmental sanitation people. You go find out, say, then go fit they do their work. But now, we have an almighty federal government, when be papa and mama for every state, be papa and mama in charge of the local government. Every month and they go come collect money. Look at this flooding problem now. The big brother, federal government, papa and mama don't begin share money again. When in actuality, if we have a system that works like every other place in the world, you know, the world will get 16 federal republics. Of the 16 federal republics, including Nigeria, and only Nigeria now they follow waiting the right for paper. Not only Nigeria, the federal government, they're in charge of everything. Not only Nigeria, the state governments, they come beg every month and for money. Not only Nigeria, the local governments not the fit work because they're not the fit get their direct allocation. And so it is a total misnomer. If we want to fix anything for this country, we must start from the basics. When local government begins to take responsibility because you devolve power to them, you find out that some of these avoidable problems will be avoided. Then when state government begin to take responsibility, you go find out that planning laws go there effective.
Very true.
And then all these problems will they suffer every now and then. Because I hear some people say, we never see flood like this before. No, we don't see flood like this before. You remember about 4 years ago when almost the whole of a former minister's village, you remember? The former minister of aviation, what's that her name? The lady, you know, when almost all her village entered underwater. We have seen it before. We saw it in Asababa 4 years ago. You know, so what do we get to do as a people now to deal with the fundamentals? Because if you continue to cut tree from the fruit, the fruit will grow again.
Very, very
but if you uproot them from the bottom, some of these problems when would they get, not go there. And then the issue of climate change. You know, say, not only in other countries do they teach these subjects, issues about how to protect and preserve the planet for secondary school and primary school. But here, even those when the government,
no know about
local government chairman, state governors, not even know about climate change, and nobody's preparing for the eventuality. The time don't come for us to begin to discuss these issues and act on them.
Prof, talking about discussing issues, we'll just wrap up Monday because the one we get to do with Senator Ademola Adeleke, and it's still enter Tuesday when we discuss. We'll just talk about this JTF old. The people when they talk say they try to radicalize, and the people when they talk say 680 die. with all this talk about we won't go, we won't do this, if they don't do this, we'll do that, we go just want to make you use your experience, especially when we say, just like me, don't live outside
outside Lagos State. Outside the solo way you do.
Now in my talk, wait, why you can't attack me? Okay, with your experience, especially when you interact with other people and live outside Nigeria, what in Nigeria suppose they look out for so that we don't go come back here tomorrow, come begin the count another number of people who don't buy or people who will talk say want to radicalize.
No, make I talk this in. When you started, you made a very valid point, very strong one. Say there is no price insufficient for peace. Anything we must do not to encourage and engender peace. But truly, again, peace without justice, not graveyard peace. Well, I believe, say, I'm one of those who does not believe in war of any kind. If you check my Facebook profile, you see one of my greatest vision as a human being now in my lifetime to ensure that the world, our universe, outlaws war. Some think it's impossible, but I believe that the same way our universe don't outlaw racism and is fighting it at every level, we'll go fight war, you know, and make sure, say, war does not become a recourse at any point. Because every war, you don't find out Nkubi, you don't find out Chukudi, every war they end up for the table of dialogue, the way me and you did so. To release the Chibok girls, gone, did not bring them back. It was dialogue and negotiation. So if we can actually negotiate and dialogue our way out of conflict and crisis, why not do that? That is actually why the issue when you talk about our brothers who are talking about Biafra, Odua Republic, Arewa Republic, and all the kinds of stories, I think that what everyone is asking for is peace. In actuality, what kind of peace? A peace that will have a Nigeria that is properly negotiated, that suits everybody. That peace, when it be, say, Nkiru, Usman, Abimbola, Ekaite, anywhere than they go see themselves as equal owners of Nigeria, where justice, equity, and fairness they reign. That is the kind of peace they need, not the peace of the graveyard, not the peace when they say, shut up, Nigeria, the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Shut up, we will do it the way we want. That's not the kind of peace Nigerians want. And so when the people they talk, that is why we when they talk, say the time for restructuring don't reach. We're saying that we have to sit down and discuss how we go live together as a people. I'll give you a particularly important information. It took the Americans several years, even before the American independence. They had this, what they call Federalist Papers, debates and all that. And then when they can't get independence, they get 13 confederal states. When can they fight themselves, the way Nigeria they fight now. Then they can't reach a time, can't fight civil war. But after that, they sat down and decided to work on their structure. When they work on their structure, they can't accept federalism, where power they devolve from the states to the top. You know, Nigerians, they call for that. Switzerland fights 6 wars. After the 7th one, they say, no, we must run as a federalism. And power will devolve from the component parts. I don't know why Nigerians, they like to make simple situations difficult. I don't hear some people, they say, now restructuring of the mind. As I go school rich, I don't know what that would mean. But I know, say, what we need now to work this structure so that every component part will fit, get stake in how this country they govern this country. And if they do everybody go there happy, this country go move forward.
Yes, thank you, Prof. You mentioned something about restructuring, but make I first give this story and then can relate the story with them somehow without restructuring the way you talk about. On Tuesday, I will carry one very important matter come and we'll ask this question. Should the young go ever do it, the young go ever grow? And following the by-election we play out for Osun and West, that is the senatorial election we play out for Osun West, where we at least see the victory of Ademola Adeleke, the younger brother to at least the former senator Obi Isiaka Adeleke will be did that position, and now eventually emerged under the platform of PDP, can't take over the position of in late brother. And we'll ask this question: for this country, we know if we see a system whereby at least must it be the same individual or probably somebody from that same caucus or from that same family? Can't we just say make we get a very fair platform where we say at least people go feel say, okay, see, this is how we want to take Viam, this is how we want to take contestant, make we get a credible person, not to come they say they play politics of emotion or politics of sentiment, where we say, okay, because I say this person, I'm probably be there, make we continue on that rate. No, we come to ask this question, say youth vibrancy, no they exist. I want to talk, say, how prepared are the youths in this case? How prepared are we? Share our leaders, another question, share our leaders also give us that platform for us to also say, you guys are ready. I can't take over mantle. Now, what we'll talk about on Tuesday, be this, Prof. And if I go also relate with the restructure where we talk, say, make I bring up from this argument. What do we feel do? Because if you talk about restructuring, what they define restructuring for you to at least get sincerity of purpose, get unity, where we say we go fit ensure say restructuring go fit play well, effectively, ensure say at least people go fit do things accordingly without being told. Sincerity go there if they do something, me say they do something, and the end we go know say the major thing they look for now result. Say the question could be, what do we fit do as a people, going following the fact that youthful people they interested in also getting involved, at least to be able to at least win our trust collectively. By the time we win our trust, at least we will not say anything we will put on ground. If not restructuring ideology or anything, we go say yes, it will work for us.
Make I start with this. In 2011, when I was 40 years old, I ran to become president. And just like you noted now, you know the problem with our generation, the youths. We know they support each other. You know, I have heard the greatest number of commendation I get as a human being now from the old people. You know, my generation, they say, oh, it too no book, it too do say na sabi pass, it too do this, it too do that. PhD, pull him down syndrome. Now be part of the reason why Adeleke go die, another Adeleke go become senator. Because we're not supporting ourselves. We pull each other down. You know, sometimes you go hear people, they go call into the program, they go just want to disagree. But when they even talk, they go start with I disagree. But when they talk, you go find out that they talk the same thing when you talk. But make it be say, they don't call your name, say they disagree with your name. You understand? Pull him down. But the time don't come for us to begin wake up, ask questions, and tell ourselves that we can do it. All over the world, people, they do them. You know, you cannot wait for, Albert Einstein say, those when if you want to solve a problem the same way it was created, and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, say na insanity, na madness be that. You know, we live in a country where instead of challenging ourselves, we they wait for the same old people to do them for us. Meanwhile, since 1960, they never fit do them. We still they believe say na. And they hear some people now, they talk say 2019, it could either be Atiku Abubakar or one other person. And I asked myself, what is wrong with my generation? What is wrong with our people? Can we think out of the box? The world is moving forward. One of the greatest existential philosophers say, if the youths do not take responsibility, those who have always failed trying to do the same thing will continue to fail and mess up their generation, mess up this generation. And I tell you, now where we do, if we don't learn, you know, we will continue to make the same mistake over and over again. But you know what? I think, again, that part of the challenge is, again, the structural problem. You know, we have laws that does not seem to provide for women and youths. You know, across the world, you find out that effectively there's something called affirmative action, there's something called inclusiveness. And then when you look at Jonathan administration tried for women, almost got over 35% inclusion for women. And then even the youths, the average age of the change administration when we fight to put in place, the average age of ministers when they this change administration, now about 54 years old, 54, 55. The average age of Jonathan's cabinet was about 51. You know, but you ask yourself, when we were about 30, 40 years ago, there was a word that was around us when we were in secondary school, primary school. It said the youths are the leaders of tomorrow. And now the tomorrow has come, and the same fathers that we knew in our elementary social science social studies, now them still there. So I think that the time has come, and I talk to my people out there, we will go begin look for the best of us.
The best of us.
If I know book pass you, you not go no book pass me. If you know book pass me, I not go feel no book pass you. Make we understand and look for the best part of us. You know, there's something you know better than I do.
Exactly.
And you get something when I know better than you do. Don't keep fighting each other. Let's unite and save our country, because our country don't they go down consistently. They go down. And until we begin to wake up and accept the fact that Chris Nwokobia may be good in this, he just may not be good in this.
Very true.
And you may be good in this, and you just might not. We must understand that. Don't fight me in what you obviously know I know better than you, and I won't fight you. And then we build a strong mass. Because if we don't do it, as me and you they talk now, Nwokobia, now since PDP come back, people don't they talk about APC, PDP. Now the same people, the two parties. Tomorrow another person go to come. Another one, another person go to come. The same Janglova.
Approach, yes.
The same Janglova. You know? Or you both say Jinglova, but now Janglova we know him. The same everywhere. At the end of the day, our generation still they talk about, if you go through the social media, they say, okay, the opposition has come. When are we going to wake up to interrogate leadership and show leadership?
A very important question you don't ask, and with the hope say the bill to reduce the age for those who go run for elective positions.
It's part of the restructuring. Yeah, you know.
With the hope, as it don't pass second reading, with the hope say it go reach the point where we say all the things when they inside when good for all of us, they go begin to do them. Make we enter Wednesday. Very importantly, we be look the condition of life inside of Nigeria. Consi say we'll be very strong people. We can ask one very, very important question from a saying when they're very, very popular for the western part of Nigeria. Say, waiting there for Sokoto, they inside Sokoto. That one means say, we must they look inwards to ourselves to see how we go take feel better ourselves. We get one Tijani Lawa when join us inside studio. He can talk about how using the inclusive neighborhood spaces model when they use for Ikorodu area, and they don't see how they fit send some children go school, even though it be like say their parents don't get money to send them go school. They don't see how then they try teach children say, you feel contribute to the development of society. Make nobody can tell you say all Nigerians are corrupt. It's okay for you to just join them and continue to chop. Prof, I would like to ask you very importantly, which kind of eye you want to make Nigerians begin to start to look themselves? Because for example, if you see yourself as cat, if they tell you say good morning, your only answer will be meow. If you see yourself as dog, if they tell you good afternoon, you go do woo woo. Which kind of eye Nigerians suppose they look themselves so that we go begin to look say this person no dey worthy to lead me. This person no qualify to come talk say when they represent me. Now this one be the right person, even though the person no get money to throw around, even though the person papa no be person when on the government before. This person get ideas when go lead us. Which kind of eye we suppose begin to look at ourselves so that we go know say we dey special?
No, you don't even answer the question. The first fundamental we say we go begin love ourselves. You know, now where religion fail, you know, most of the way we teach our religion for this part of the world, we don't fail well. You know, the Muslim man is looking at the Christian man against even what in the Quran talk. When he say the Quran says in Surah 62 verse 2, say we'll be one people, we'll be people of the books. The same father Abraham, the same God, you know. The only difference now, some people they call him God, others they call him Allah, you know. But, and then the Quran says make you love them. The same way the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself. But unfortunately, we're building for ourselves kingdom in heaven when, like my mentor Martin Luther King Jr. would say, he said, I want to do God's will here. And I have chosen to forget about the beautiful streets of gold in heaven and think about the street when people they walk here, how people they take chop, how people they take feed, how people they take go school. You know, I believe that the time don't come for those when they teach for church, those when they teach for mosques, those they teach religion everywhere to begin talk about the need to love your neighbor as yourself. You cannot be building empires and building houses with 10-foot fence when the next man next door cannot eat. You know, true brotherhood is to show love. And then my mentor, Martin Luther King Jr. also said that true compassion is not tossing a coin at the beggar, but ensuring that that building that turns out beggars is pulled down. And I do sincerely believe that the time has come for us to begin to think about one another, think about our country, love each other, and remove from all these divisive jargons when we throw it up and down. Because I'll give you a practical instance. They ask my brothers when they talk about Biafra, have you found out that the Megad who brings you water loves you as much as you love him? Have you found out that the man who sells meat to you in the market hasn't killed you or doesn't want to kill you? That's why he hasn't poisoned it. That those who continue to poison us are the political class. When they lose power, they go tell you how one man called Usman not like you from Adam. Then go tell you how a Kaite won't kill you from Israel. They go tell you all kinds of stories.
Just because they
lost power and they depend them. The time don't come for us. I know that we all know that there are certain things when they're wrong with our country. But let's address them and not continue to preach as though Ufoma not like a Kaite or Chukwudu maybe does not like Kemi, or Abubakar does not like Chukwude.
Exactly.
It is a tragedy. The time don't come for us to begin to ask ourselves the real questions and treat one another with love and move this country and indeed our world
Prof,
forward.
you don't talk well. If going by what you just talked now, in fact, one of the major problems that actually affect us as a nation, and if you know if you at least identify our problems, it will be one chance level we don't enter. But make we enter straight into Thursday, make we know what's like. You carry two in one matter come, and then the first story we'll get to talk, get to deal with them. The lion is well. The lion will be returning home very, very soon. And who will they talk about? We see the waka. That is the very beautiful waka where the acting president, that's the Oga Oshibajo, where he carry leg go use their UK, go at least go get one strong 1 hour meeting with the president, and then on his return, press people come gather, a lot of people come also gather and come say, look, what is the message we bring from Oga President? Come tell us, we could know. You come tell us, look, without wasting time, say our president, in fact, they recuperating, they well. Say the health status, they improve. Say in fact, say in no time, say our president will do it, go come back home. And then from that one, we go enter straight to the second one. We get to do with Supreme Court ruling. We declare Alhaji McAfee as the authentic chamo of the People Democratic Party, as against Alimodu Sheriff, will be the rival this thing. Okay, they talk. So look, we don't see at least with now to cause yes, at least a very positive result coming from the strongest opposition we will get for Nigeria. And then following waiting Alhaji McAfee talk to look for at least with this victory, say they will go back to their house, go restructure, go ensure say they at least relate to people who get issue with, so that everybody go feel come together. Say at least so the major thing is say for them to get a very viable opposition, we go feel say look, yes, make we face 2019. Let us contest with whoever is ruling us or whoever party where they in charge. These are the two stories. May I actually come bring this particular first one we get to do it and the visit. Okay, the acting president of Waka, and then a lot of people actually raise questions, say, okay, fine, we appreciate the fact, say, at least with our president, they very, very active and all that. But beyond that, we can also see some convincing thing where we say, we will also prove, say, yes, in relationship with you, they actually work effectively for the system. That one I want. And the second one, Supreme Court ruling, we don't actually see result as well, no doubt. We don't see, at least, they don't give them authentic thing. But people still wonder, say, look, if PDP will say we rule us for 16 years, we will say at least they don't actually take better hand do this thing, and even when after they lose power, they still get some kind of inside crisis where we say we don't lead to this point where we see now. What if that convincing thing we go at least give Nigerians the confidence? Say look, even if they come out strong, I will come contest and they can't vie and we will probably win, they will still give us the same level of result or which we Nigerians want.
Make us start with Oga acting president visit to London. I think that it came as a respite to a lot of people. People don't sit down and say, okay, thank God, say, we can say for sure, say our president, they get well. And then, you know, before then, we hear the First Lady talk, say, the lion will still come back
yes.
to pride. And then the hyenas and the jackals, they will pursue them, come up for the kingdom. We don't hear all that, you know. But what really counts for me and waiting the bother me now how this whole thing go put food on the table for the people.
Thank you.
You know, waiting the bother me now how the pikin of the poor man when not fit go school, Within the bother men and how the medical system go take improve. And now be about governance. So I salute the fact, say, Oga acting president and our president get good relationship. I salute the fact, say, like Oga acting president talk, we go do everything possible to make sure, say, we solve most of the Nigerian problems the way we promise the Nigerian people. And that is very salutary. But this issue about whether PDP don't solve their problem or not, you know, every time when I hear it, since this last judgment, I go, they laugh.
Prof, it just freeze on that particular ground because at least make we go take some break, stretch our leg out small, then come back to this particular matter. Nigerians, make we do it in our viewers, make we enter this quick break. When we come back, Prof go continue from where he stop. Will they come?
Welcome back to Ask the Hall. Before we go that break, we be asked one very, very important question. We'll not go waste time. We'll allow Prof continue with the answer before we drop the small chops. Prof, over to you.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, whether we like it or not, the things when they happen everywhere. Now, we get to transform our nation. We get to work together as a people. We get to build values for the future when we seek, you know, and no matter how people they talk, say PDP don't come back, you go ask yourself, these are the same people who had power for 16 years. What did they use and do? So now because APC pursue them come out, as then come back now, then go can't take power, can't take us go promised land. You know, chameleon they change the color. The old man they change in dance for one day. You know, the point is, before we start running into the euphoria of dancing to the clap when politicians they clap for us, make we think. We must begin to think now. There's time for the Nigerian people out there to begin thinking now. If you can't start thinking now, then we have a big problem. You go ask yourself, when PDP they quarrel, almost everybody will make sense for PDP, they jump go APC. Now when PDP don't be like, say they won't settle their quarrel, they go jump back. Where lies the values and the morals? Go America, you go ask yourself, how many people, as they not like Donald Trump rich,
don't come out
from Republican Party, go Democratic Party? Ask yourself now. Here, everybody, when you come out from PDP, come APC, if to say you be sinner before, you go become saint. And vice versa. So the story not they make sense to me. I'm saying this frankly, and I'm saying this without fear of querulous critics. I'm saying this without doubts that what Nigerians should be thinking about is, as we get APC government today, make we watch them. If they not deliver on the promises that we made to the Nigerian people, in 2019 we'll look for an entirely different option. You know, you cannot keep recycling the same people and think that we'll have solution. A few minutes ago, I quoted about Einstein when he said, those when they think to solve one problem the same way when they don't, they try them every time. And think say go fit change them.
The thing be like say they
get mental problem. They be like say they get mental problem. So the time to change the paradigms now.
Because we don't already talk, say we go let our Ubonge viewers them join in the conversation. We go try our phone lines open as we discuss the matter they go, especially starting with the small chops, and allow them chook mouth for inside this our discussion. So if you dey house, you want call us, remember, reduce the volume of your television so that we go fit hear you and the world go fit hear you clearly, and just hit your point straight, because we would like take as many calls as possible while the conversation still dey go on. Now, Prof, we'll talk this very, very important one. This one I news when we say, when the team breaks, some people say, oh ho, we knew it was going to happen. It got to do with the senator when they represent Kogi West, Otumba Dino Melaye. INEC come out yesterday, come talk, say, okay, the matter when they be won't go, when they don't bring timetable and everything. It get the way when they take explain now. But the explanation come be like, say, wait, if recall now the power of the electorate or the people to say, you when they represent us, you know they do well, come back. Even if now make we just see say the process they work, and INEC come now from their explanation, It be like say the thing not too. It be like say that somebody there for back, Nwokobia, they tell them say,
Right.
continue with that explanation.
Yeah, that's right.
Wetin exactly we go use talk say the people really get power over those who they represent them. Now to wait for every 4 years before election, or we no fit question these people them.
Chukwudi, you get, as we grow, then tell us the witch cried last night. If the child died this morning, you know who killed the child. Okay. Now, as this matter take, everybody say, okay, they won't try the power of recall. Then go court say maintain status quo. Argument they come from here and there. Then the Senate just wake up say, this now our member. And then this man when they in charge of INEC, he get where he been done work for government before. Make we bring the books now, make we see.
Make we check.
If we do the more you look, the less you see. In liver go fall now. He go leave this matter. They can't go bring that fund file.
And it be like say that
Begin
file.
look am, begin look am. As they begin look am, they come call the man, say, if you
this
want
particular
continue like
year.
this, we'll go bring you here and make you come answer us question. The man say, he get one skeleton when they in cupboard. He say, make we leave this recall matter. That's the tragedy of our nation. And I have said time without number that what we need in this country are not strong men, but strong institutions. Now only strong institutions go feel humble the strongest man. See Brazil now. Not be 10 years, almost
Former
10 years.
president.
Now they give former president.
Exactly.
Now institutions. When institutions are strong enough to function and work, you find out. And that can only come through a well-structured people's constitution. If the people say, now so we want to govern, and then they give power to certain establishment, nobody go fit take up.
Prof.
You talk for the beginning of this program, saying that Vox Populi, Vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God, not the voice of government. The voice of God is stronger than the voice of government.
Prof,
So the
take one
time don't
voice
reach
of
for
the
us to
people.
begin think and
Oga Ibrahim
ask
dey on top of
questions.
our telephone line. Oga Ibrahim, thank you for your patience. Welcome to Aside Hot.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
good
Oga
morning.
Ibrahim.
I so much enjoy your guest today.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Saying pure truth about Nigeria.
Thank you, sir.
But what I want to contribute on is the Nigerian youth. Nigerian youth have lost their dream just because of programs clipped by our leaders. If I say leaders, I mean religious leaders, ethnic leaders, and political leaders. They have succeeded in planting the seed of discord in the heart of the youth. Look at the recent call from the regional. It's unfortunate. Way out. Now, Mr. Tukul and Ukudi, I think you people should serve as a mentor for the youth, because now Nigerian youth have already ascribed themselves to this
Older generation.
Yeah. So you people that are there that can express themselves and the youth can hear their voice, you people are the only people that will lead the youth.
Oga Ibrahim, thank you very much for this your contribution.
Thank
I
you
will
very
just
much,
quickly add,
Ibrahim.
say, no be only we people. All of us get role to play, irrespective of age, for a better Nigeria. Desmond from Abuja, thank you for your patience. Welcome to Aside Hot.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Oga
morning,
Desmond.
Desmond.
I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, right now, they hear you.
Please, I want to contribute on this issue. As people can see, the youth really need to come out this time, because the people in government are not actually giving the youth the chance.
Would they hear you right on, Desmond?
So as I'm saying, you people are the voice of the youth on the media. So you people should keep on talking it, keep on sounding it for the youth to know that it is time to stand up for their rights. These men cannot longer keeping us in darkness. Because this PDP member, they are still the same people jumping to APC, and this APC member, they are still the same people jumping to PDP. So the youth really need to stand up for 2019, and the right time is now.
Very, very true. Oga
Oga
Desmond,
Desmond,
thank you.
very,
From
very
Abuja, no go
much.
enter inside Enugu. Oga Polycarp, welcome to Aside Hot.
Good morning, my people.
Good morning, Oga Polycarp.
Good morning, Mustafa.
Good morning, sir.
The thing when I thought I like finish, I'm still celebrating the victory of McAfee over Sharif. Because that McAfee, I see him as a get of the APC in PDP. Now,
The issue of that is not within the week. There's a time where we talk, say, within there for Sokoto, there for Sokoto.
There for Sokoto, yeah.
I think them when I did Lagos, where we need to talk and say, it's where they find go Sokoto, it's there for Sokoto. The youth should now stand up now. Just this one, I don't hear say that it's not change their name to 9 Mobile. They should go there, use their knowledge, and then make sure that company didn't fall. They should use the initiative. All the time they use the Yahoo and other things. It's a conservative. Since they use that technology.
Exactly.
To commit crime and all these internet crimes. Go and find work for a different land. See that gap that the foreigners have left. That network should not fall. So also other challenges. We are not celebrating the Philippines in the U.S. We have people like that in Nigeria who can do a lot.
Very, very true. Thank you for this important contribution. Make we enter Lokoja. Collect this call from Oga Omi. Oga Omi, welcome to Ask Edey Hot.
Oga Chukudi, good morning.
Good morning, Oga Omi.
Good morning, Oga Omi.
Our Bonga visitor, good morning.
Good morning,
Thank you, sir. I believe you today because based on, according to our record, 2011, you come up for presidentialship and you are used by them. And they thank God now people like you, with what you are voicing out this morning, I believe now people like you will meet by 2019. Forget those old ones. They don't finish. They don't do their own finish. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Oga Omi, for that strong prayer.
Prof, from all the talk when we say our people don't talk now, it be like say they don't identify the people when we say, now then get the power to carry this country for shoulder, the Nigerian youth. But I go ask this important question. A lot of us, when be the young people, when he reach for us to discuss issues of national interest, it be like saying our fight, we always fight ourselves. One thing when you go use distract person to come say, hey, Igbo people, hey, Yoruba people, hey, Hausa people, before you know the conversation go shift from how we go take create job to which ethnic group useless, which ethnic group good, which ethnic group do this. Now speak to we, the Nigerian youths.
We, the Nigerian youths.
You see, Nwokobia,
thank you for calling that name first. Right on.
Nwokobia.
You are the elder youth now.
No.
Nwokobia, make I tell you now, are they very excited with the response when they get today? The fact is that when I took that step in 2011, I tell people that the highest votes I got was from the North. I'm not from the North. My highest vote, ironically and coincidentally, from the state of this present president, Katsina. The next highest vote, Kano. The next one, Kaduna. My state of Delta, I'm a Delta, but an Igbo man, gave me, I think, the 12th vote, the 12th highest vote in my campaign. Edo State was about the 5th. You know, why am I saying this? We belong together. That the political class don't consistently fail us, no mean say we go fail ourselves. When you go to the university, you find out your best friends may have been Yorubas or Hausas.
Yeah.
Your best friends may have been Calabar or Akwa Ibom people. We know they ask ourselves when would they sit down to eat or play, where you come from. You know, now consistently the failure of leadership don't carry us reach where the questions now where you come from, where you not come from. Some go tell me say Igbo people wicked. Some go tell me say Hausa people wicked. And I ask them, how do you substantiate it? You know, oftentimes we not interrogate the things when people they tell us and we believe them. You know, yes, we have all offended each other through the history of this country. From our historicity as a people, we don't offend each other. Then are we going to kill each other because any side not saint? No side the saint. And then I tell you, Chukudi, for corruption, we have federal character in corruption. If you see those who don't steal our money, Igbos, Hausa, Yorubas, and others, those when they steal and loot our monies, they not get ethnic difference, they not get religious difference.
When he reach to share the money,
they not even get problem. Now, when he reach us as a people, when they don't lose power, then go tell Nwokobia say, no mind am na so Igbo people be. They go say, no mind am na so Yoruba people be. But that is not true. The time has come for us as a people to understand that religion, ethnicity, regionalism has always been deployed against the people of Nigeria. And the time has come for the ordinary people to understand that the way to liberty is to interrogate their deceit. The way to redemption is to interrogate their deceit and change the conversation. What Nigerians want is good leadership, a workable structure that is predicated on justice, equity, and fairness. What Nigerians want is true fiscal federalism, that which will give everybody the room to struggle and thrive. And I tell you, once we get that, the pyramids of granite will return. Once we get that, the cocoa silos will return. Once we get that, electricity will, because before they even born us, my papa tell me, say, Eastern Electricity Corporation was supplying light for the whole of the South. And then Kainji Dam and Shiroro or so was supplying light.
Interestingly,
somebody
from
Suleja,
Kainji Dam where you mentioned, when the Niger State, make we enter Suleja, collect this call. Oga Dauda, Alaji Dauda, welcome to Aside Hot.
My brother.
Good morning, Dauda.
Now, good morning.
We greet you.
Yeah, how you been now?
We did fine,
Alaji Dauda.
With the John, well.
Thank you
very much.
My friend, Megemu, now me vote for you for Edo State too.
Thank you.
Ogawe did there.
Yes, Oga, Prof, the Prof himself.
Then you carry on.
Thank you, sir.
See, when people want to talk, they say, National Assembly don't fail us. National Assembly, because I need Dino Milagi. Concerning Dino Melai.
Okay.
Oga Dauda, reduce the volume of your television. Just talk, they go.
So, we will support our Nigeria people.
Yes, so
we are ready to support everybody.
Exactly.
But what Dino Melai is doing in that National Assembly is uncalled for. We are not happy with him. He cannot be insulting president, insulting everybody, trying to prove that he's the only person in the whole National Assembly. And he even said in the National Assembly that he will impregnate somebody's wife. He will impregnate somebody's wife in the floor of National Assembly. How can a man be talking like that?
Alaji Dauda, you don't talk well.
Thank you very, very much.
And the reason why they come on top of Aside or they talk, say, as a people, those when they represent us, we suppose they hold them accountable. Aside Hot go provide that Ogbonge platform. But remember, say when they talk, I'm saying, any talk won't go talk, make we just sit down, talk that talk well. And if all of us as a people speak with one voice, nobody go fit cheat us or chance us. Prof, you go give us your final word. After your final word, we go just wrap up based on say today and Friday, just continue the discussion based on Aside Hot.
The three things I want to leave my people with. Now, the first thing, don't think that anybody who has consistently run down your country will fix it. Number two, don't think that you cannot change your country for good. You can. And then the last one, God, nature, and creation will always support those who stand up for what is right and trite. And so stand up for what is right and trite. When we do all that, you'll find out that we have a new country on our hands. Because over my head, I'll see a new Nigeria. Over my head, I see redemption. Over my head, I see a country that will make all of us truly proud and happy.
Prof, any other talk where person add to this one go spoil this thing. May I just collect your handshake because you don't finish talk on top of this matter. We dey talk and say Nigeria and our country no go spoil. Make all of us join our hand together to move this our country go forward. Remember, there is no alternative to peace. That is to say, nothing like say make small wahala dey. If wahala don dey, problem don dey. And all of us must join our hand together to repair our country and move this our country forward. Until we come back again on Monday with action to remain a balanced way. To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.